I may not have made the smartest decision with this. Welcome back to another video of Appointments and Disappointments. Today we're here for another Poggers baking video, or well, the first Pogger baking video. So today we are making vanilla cupcakes with mummy coverings. So the first step is you'll have to clear off your desk space. Just take a few minutes to do that. And then the second step is you gather all your ingredients. Now for this recipe you'll need 1 cup butter, 1.5 cups sugar, 2.5 teaspoons baking powder, 3/4 teaspoon salt, 1 tablespoon vanilla, 4 eggs, 3 cups cake flour. If you don't have cake flour, it's basically just 1 regular cup of flour plus 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. So you'll need 6 tablespoons of cornstarch per this recipe. And then you'll need 1 cup of milk, and that's it, at least for the cake part. So now we're going to measure all the dry ingredients and put them in a bowl. The third step is to preheat your oven. Now for this recipe, we'll need it to be preheated to 350 degrees, so I'm gonna go do that. And then while we're waiting for that to happen, we are going to cream the butter. So if you remember correctly, we'll need 1 cup of butter. You'll know when your butter has been creamed when it's light and fluffy. Now, don't be stupid like me. Make sure sometimes you need to raise the mixer. Spatula. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to wipe down and shove the butter away until it is there. Gonna clean the wall of all the butter that's on it. Now, while we're creaming the butter, consider subscribing or liking the video, even leaving a comment. Anything that you're doing monetization wise really helps support the channel and lets us keep making content like this. It's the oven preheated and we haven't even creamed the butter. Great. We've currently creamed our butter and now we need to add our sugar. Again, you just wait until it is light and fluffy. Don't add flour in with your butter. Do not do that. We will need 1.5 cups sugar. The half cup is here and I had it the whole time, no editing at all. Yeah. Oh, Hamlet, where art thou? Hamilton. That should be musical. Hamilton the music. Ah, a brilliant camera person over there. While you're at it, since you've hopefully subbed to us, go sub to Melange Confections. I don't know how to spell that. Google it. Melange is something in French, and confections is sugar and whatever. So now that we have added the butter and the sugar, we're going to add the eggs. We'll need 4 eggs, so let me just do that. Now, I don't like this. Eggs are moral atrocities that should have died. I don't know how, but eggs, they can go to nothing. I don't like eggs. It is dripping on my fingers. Thankfully, we haven't gotten any shell in it. Die, you mortally no. You disgusting piece of no. Oh my god. I got egg on my foot. Checking to make sure I didn't get any eggshell in this. It's very important. You don't want to have a cupcake and it's just like half eggshell. Normally I just have someone else do the egg part because the eggs are no and are disgusting and should never have been invented because they should have been like, humans should have just stayed in the ocean, just have soft eggshells, that way no one would have to deal with this. After this I will now thoroughly wash my hands. Oh my god, that's so gross. The eggs were so cold. Now, to distract you from the horrible egg sensation, you are going to mix the egg yolks in with egg whites. Now that I've successfully opened the vanilla and depleted some of your mother's chocolate supply, it's time to actually add in the vanilla. Now, you might need fingers for this. I'm gonna be right back. So, fun fact. fact, no one in my house could open this, so we literally had to use a wrench. A wrench. Anyway, so it is 1 tablespoon of vanilla into your disgusting egg configuration. Eggs are horrible freaks of nature, and we should have never used them. Now, don't forget to put away your stuff. Ooh, I just thought of a spooky Halloween song that could be listening to a bowl. Danny Gonzalez made a new one called Spooky Man. I will be the Spooky Man for Halloween because they couldn't think of a better Halloween idea. Going to be either that or like 2000s era emo because I already wear a ton of black. And now you're gonna want to pour this in, and then mix it up. Don't forget to work down the sides. After this, we'll mix the dry ingredients. Well, first we are actually going to make the cake flour, and then we'll mix the dry ingredients. Today was the first group meeting of the musical theater group club thingy that I'm making with one of my friends. We only had 2 other members, but I'm hoping we can have more. It'd honestly be really cool if we could just have like a ton of people who are like just could talk about musical theater and stuff. Oh, also, we have added a new member to the Peebus team. You should be seeing his video soon, if he ever decides to make it. He plays Among Us with us sometimes. Among Us is the best game, by the way. We're gonna do some gameplays of it. I can't help but feel like I did something wrong, but I don't know what it was. Now, there's probably some baking experts who are like, oh my god, you did everything wrong. Or like think I'm making satire with how wrong I am. I am being 100% serious. I'm just not a good baker. So now let's mix the dry ingredients, while also checking the time because I have an art class at 4. We have 30 minutes to make these. Ooh, that's not time pressure. No. Oh god. Alright, so if you remember correctly, it's 2 tablespoons of cornstarch for every 1 cup of flour to make cake flour. Now to probably get everything out, we'll use this egg spoon. Egg fork. Egg. So we'll need in total 6 of these little spoonfuls, which stick to the bottom of this thing and get stuck. And that's not good. Oh no. So after we get all the ingredients, you're going to want to whisk them together with a whisk. So you might want to do something similar to what I'm doing, except not mess it up as much. I feel like I'm talking to myself like half the time. But I really hope you've enjoyed this video because I really do like baking. And I just thought of an amazing cake idea, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Now, I'm going to randomly talk about Among Us instead of actually baking stuff. I watched the usual Call Me Kevin, but like I haven't actually been able to like find friends in Among Us. Because he managed to do that like every episode. Kevin is more likable than me. 1 like, 1 cry. If that's still a thing that's going on. It looks like a lot of my friends when I play Among Us. It's a really fun game actually. Do you hear that? They said they might make an Among Us 2. Because it'd be easier to update than just normal Among Us. And they're gonna have an add friend feature. And that's going to be really cool, but I will not need to use that. Forever alone emoji, if that's also still a meme. That's probably a dead meme too now. I feel so old. I remember only 2015 kids remember Dabs or whatever. That's still a meme at my school. We're like 2 years behind the memes. Like most people don't even know about the cake meme. Now, if you're a boomer who doesn't know what the cake meme is, it's basically a meme where like people are like, everything's cake. Because like, it's like the year, like, oh, reality's not even real, and it's like making everyone question everything. It's actually really cool. It's like have like super cool cakes and stuff. I really want to like try doing one of those, but I'm not that good at cake art. Just gonna double check the time. 2:29. We still have 30 minutes. It's like good that I didn't get enough of my actual cool. I say that just as I noticed my sleeve. Bleeds, baking powder, and salt. Doing some high-tech hacking. 2.5 teaspoons baking powder. So 2.5 teaspoons of baking soda. This is not baking soda. This is salt. Don't be like me, kids. or adults, or whoever's watching this, be able to comprehend reality. No. No. Never mind. I was having an internal crisis. Nothing. I thought it added like the wrong thing. Like it added baking splatter with it. And I don't even get the Peebus meme. Like I don't get why. I don't know if his name's been said. So Peebus have named the channel Peebus. Like is that a reference to a meme? Why is it called Peebus? Why? You know what I forgot? Milk. I forgot the milk. So I'll just add all the dry ingredients and then add milk. So kiddos and go-goats and yes, you'll want to be competent. I can't really words right now. So we're having an assignment like in science class where we have to have a sales pitch for an element, and I'm thinking of like doing an Apple keynote ripoff, like introducing the Apple arsenic. That's my element, by the way. Sounds the coolest. So I just need to add milk after this, and then yeah, we'll be done. So remember, you have to whisk it around and whisk it in like I guess the same as the egg manner. I'm not a competent baker. Maybe I should add this and then add the milk. I need to consult an expert. Okay, so apparently I wasn't doing it wrong, and you're supposed to add this. You're supposed to remember this is 1 cup of milk. So you add a bit of spoonful of this and then some milk, and then you mix it all together. And don't forget to clean up the sides too, by the way. I also have a class about programming, and I really want to work on my game because we're doing stuff in Scratch right now. So yeah, that'll be fun. All right, so remember you've got to wipe down the sides, and you'll probably just keep doing this until it's all mixed in and stuff. And you'll know when it's all mixed in when it looks like it's been all mixed in. Not the best instructor. I just realized I can finally vent about my math class without being guilty. I got 19 minutes. Ingredients that need to be put away. Ingredients that I didn't even freaking use. Alright, don't forget to flip the pan down if you had to put it up. And you're gonna want to use your specials from before to get all this stuff, delicious, soon to be delicious food stuff off of this. Way, if we're talking about channels to subscribe to, which I'm just deciding what we're not talking about, consider subscribing to Tom and Sanders. He released a new Sanderside video. People who don't know what that is are just probably like, as I believe the proper term is bruh. I think I'm using mean language wrong. Scooping thing. Excellent terminology. Don't forget to put in your cupcake wrappers or spray it with something. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna grab some and then like try to smooth it off on the side, and so you try to get an equal amount. Oh gosh. Try to scoop away all the extra unwanted amount. Garbage. Rub it with the question point to be like, bro. But with the question point, rub it with the dab, be like, rub it with the dab. Have I reached you, kiddos? Am I speaking the mean language? Why do I sound British? Alright, so you put all this there, and now it is time to shove them into your baking oven. You're going to want to open the baking oven. Be very careful. Don't burn anything. Hey, so editing Connor. It took us 18 minutes to finish baking the cupcake, so totally forgot to add that in. Bye. So now that you've baked your cupcake, you're going to want to have to frost them. So this is just the basic buttercream frosting, and you'll want to take some of the cupcakes that you have already made, like this one for example, and you're going to want to put some buttercream on the top and side. You don't have to be that precise because we're going to cover up fondant later. That will be what makes it look like a mummy. Just a quick reminder, don't drop this on the floor. Now, your cupcake should look something like this, except not as chaotic. A cupcake is chaotic evil. It is I, Connor, ruler of the cupcakes. Okay, so now that you've frosted all your cupcakes, we need to add the fondant. Now the fondant will make this all look like it's actually a mummy. So first you'll just take your fondant out. We're going to use white fondant for this. Now it should be very stiff when you take it out, so you'll need to just warm it up with your hands. By the way, if it's sticking to your hands at all, you might want to put on some Crisco. Crisco makes the fondant not stick to your hands. Now you're going to take this rolling thingy, excellent terminology by the way, and try not to move your mat. And you're going to flatten this out so then we can cut strips into it. And then those strips will be wrapping mummy things. Also excellent terminology. We'll cut strips. Now try to make it as straight as possible. I'm very much resisting a joke here. So let's take this cupcake we made. And so now we're going to put this on our cupcake. Ooh, maybe I should just recommend a spooky musical. This is one I've seen, well, because I'm not really into horror stuff, but it's one I've heard about. Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. It's about Sweeney Todd, who is a demon barber. And then he kills people as a demon barber. It's a musical and it became a Tim Burton, how do you pronounce the name? Movie musical, so if you like that guy, he's like a director, for those who are uncultured swine like me, then yeah, might want to check that out. I'm trying to think of something interesting to say, because like currently I don't really like think when I talk. I'm just like spouting out words, so yeah, I'm just spouting out word vomit. Now I'm gonna like have some space for eye holes. I did mention how I'm a giant musical theater nerd, right? I did that wasn't apparent from everything about me. Kind of just monologuing while I make these. I did mention how there would be like an Among Us video or something coming out, right? Yeah, I did. Cause I thought, oh, I don't know what to think of. I'll just talk about Among Us for like 15 minutes. Like some of you that haven't even looked at the soundtrack, but I've heard are good. Natasha, Pierre, and the Great Comet of 1812. It's about I think it's either the first or last part of War and Peace. I don't know, I haven't like seen it, but I've heard it's really good, and maybe I should just title this musical Connor Monologues About Musicals for 30 minutes. What's the coolest element? So if you guys really like musicals like me, or just wondering what I'm talking about half the time, then go check out Starstorm Animations. It's basically just a bunch of random content and cover the songs and musicals explained. So yeah, really great content. Remember kids, always check to make sure you're using the right pronouns for someone. Yeah, that works. So now that we have added the wrapping, we'll start on the eyes, and we'll have multiple different kinds of eyes. These are the big general shapes. I didn't have time to put people on because I wanted to start recording because it's a very tedious task. So first what you want to do is you're going to want to take out part of your white and mix the colors together. We'll have this shape of eye, and I'm using black and red. The pupil will be red for that one. And for this one, I'm going to use this golden color along with the white. This is going to be an anime eye. I used the turquoise and white. It's like a burgundy along with, I'm going to be using green. And finally, I'm using this, which is like supposed to be an antique copper for the pupil for this. I'm using cornflower blue also. For each color, we'll start off with white, and you're going to want to roll this out. Also, after you have made each color, you're going to want to wash your hands. And then you're going to roll it out and cut out a shape. Trying to make it at least somewhat similar to, I say somewhat similar, and then I immediately mess this one up. You just try to make this shape, basically just one large cut this way, that's there, and then maybe, and then a line that it looks like this. Not the best at describing. And for the one I just made, yeah, I guess you could see what I did. So, and I just want to cut up, and now we're going to try to draw the pupil, and we're gonna use by the way, this Pharaoh's gold. Now, if you don't have fingers, then my knife isn't working. This is a surprise tool that will help us later on. I did the meme. Was that funny? Okay, so now that we have opened this, finally, you're gonna want to actually get a palette, and then yeah, you want to have a brush. You'll need some lemon extract. You put the thing in one tin and the lemon extract in another, and then you take the eyedropper and grab some of the lemon extract, and then you put it in the gold thingy, and you want to be careful not to grab too much, or else this will happen, and that's what we had to go with that. Anyway, now let us paint it on these two. Gosh, these do not look good. So yeah, you just kind of paint this on here. Wrong side. I painted on the wrong side, so we'll have to redo this. So we'll make it look like it kind of has shifty eyes or something. Like narrowed eyes. And done. Just fell flat in its face. Or eye. Now we're gonna come back to this, because we'll have to paint with copper. Oh, it tastes like gold. Ooh, and my eyes. And my eyes. So with and my eyes, if you're wondering why I keep mentioning like making a playlist for a song, it's because I keep just like quietly humming musical songs, and oh, I should focus on like instructing. So maybe try to go with like 2 lines that look like this, and then I kind of just rounded the edges, and as you can see, it's not very good with mine, but hey, it'll get better with practice. And if you don't think that it looks good, then hey, it's okay. It's like if you're just beginning, cool, it's fine, yeah. You're not supposed to be amazing at it when you start. Heck, you made it amazing at it if you've done it for 4 years. So yeah, keep trying and you'll get better. Which is kind of undercut by my last method, but we'll ignore that. Here, that's what we have. I don't like it, but okay. Bit of a perfectionist if you haven't noticed. Now for this, you're gonna want to roll it out, like you do for every single one. At first I just did 2 of these, deleted the extra space, and then now I'm gonna adjust them. After this we'll have to make the eyelashes and the pupils, and we'll have to edit it to look more like an eye. Great. Here's what we have. And now we're gonna make pupil, which I did not actually do on that. So after you've made the pupil, you're going to want to shove it straight onto the eyeball. It's absolutely the terminology that is used. If it doesn't really fit, you might want to cut down. Hey, here's what we have. It looks like a slug. So now our anime protagonist mummy will look like that. I did like a magical girl transformation, but like with fire and like more epic. I'm trying to think of a name for this mummy-chan, obviously. I think Chan means like a person who is like younger than you, so it could be Mummy-san. I like Mummy-chan more though. Now we're gonna make the eyelashes for these cretins. Hello, editing Connor. Good to see you. Trying to make it look like it is an eyelash instead of a monstrosity like me. It's getting sucked up into my mouth vacuum. Nearly done with the eyelashes, so then we'll get to move on to more interesting ones. Do you ever think about how your bones are actually wet because they're surrounded by blood? Well, you do now. Like, comment, and subscribe. Well, I really would like to see all your guys' comments if you would actually like to comment. Is there a dollar bill with Aaron Burr on it? Cause like I'm pretty sure there's one of Alexander Hamilton. And like the Congress. Cause like I saw a TikTok of that like in a Hamilton TikTok compilation. Yes, I watched those and they're amazing. Probably gonna cut this part out. Oh, I think it looks cool now. I really like it. I thought I'd hate it. Trying to add like a bit of more detail on this. Make it look more real and eyeball-like. So yeah, just keep adding detail until you like it. So, bands. I'm gonna talk about my favorite bands now. I really like, I have 3 favorite bands actually. Imagine Dragons, Panic at the Disco, and Set It Off. Really great bands, but yeah, maybe a bit too emo for both people. Like, another one of my friends also really likes Imagine Dragons, but I don't think they've gotten into Panic at the Disco yet. Keyword yet, I will force them to get into it. I also made them interested in musical theater, so yeah. They were like gonna help run the musical theater appreciation group that's now called, but then they just didn't want to. But so they were like, oh, I still want to be involved in musical theater, just not the running of the club. And we're like, okay. And then yeah, but then she didn't even come to the club. I mean, maybe her like schedule didn't allow it or something. Okay, now that we've gotten those eyes done, we are going to do these eyes. Right, we're gonna, remember you gotta warm this up, and then we're going to spread it out, and I'll show you how I'm gonna make the eyes. So we start with 2 triangles. Oh, you're going to murder its family. You know what, I'm kind of making this eyes look like how you're supposed to make them in profile, but like that's not gonna, if I do that, it means I can make less. So yeah, it's gonna be in profile. Totally what I was intending. I'm gonna do that. In profile means, by the way, that it's like from the side view. So it's gonna be actually like slanted, a slanted pupil. So basically, I just drew a triangle and cut off the corner. You know what? I forgot the fracking green. Gonna warm this up, and also didn't mix properly. I want it to be more of a dull green. Still looks kind of marbly, but I like it. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I'd really like to do a series like Kenny JD does when she does the Bad Movies and Beat series. So it's basically just she watches a bad movie while doing her makeup. Not very good at doing my makeup, so I might not do that part. But oh, except I'd want to review like old movies because I don't want to steal her gimmick. Because I have some choice words for Andrew Chvalsky, I believe his name is. The Mirror, yes, it's the Russian film. Utter garbage. Garbage. It's garbage. It's a garbage movie, I hate it. I slanted them too much. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna add this for just a bit. Then I'm going to add this. And I'm gonna fuse them together. And that will create the color I'll use. You know what's sus? Breathing. Breathing is now sus. If you breathe, you're imposter. You guys ever watch The Umbrella Academy? It's a really good show. I love their cinematography and characters. Very in-depth, and had very good writing too. Of course, there are some areas which could have been improved on. But yeah, there's like a big hour-long analysis video by Quinn Curio, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Probably not. So, now that you have your eyes in profile, you're gonna wanna do these eyes. You know, I've been meaning to watch Glee. I've heard the first season is really good. And then I've heard there are also a bunch more seasons. You know, another YouTuber you should check out is Sarah Z, or Sarah Z as she said that, because she's from the normal part of the world, I guess. I'm American scum, so I'm a bit biased. Biased that everywhere else is greater than America. Except Poland. I believe it was Poland who have like a really LGBT phobic prime minister or something they just elected. So now they're like, I think they're like protests going on. So Yeah, I'm not very knowledgeable because I'm not from Poland. Again, American scum, but yeah. Well, people are saying that there's gonna be like what's called a blue shift, where because Republicans are gonna be mostly voting in person. It'll initially be Republican and probably elect Trump. Then it'll get more Democratic as the mail-in voting is counted. So then it could have a weakness where Trump could exploit, where he could claim that he's the president and all of those are fake votes or don't count or something. Well, yeah, so we just need to you heard that election day would to mostly quote John Oliver, except I think I said like 12 times. It's gonna be like a winking eye. Consider this incorrect musical quotes. So what I did for this is just I used this circle cutty thing. But if you don't have one of those, you will just want to make a circle. Alright, so now that we got this, we want to take our antique copper, or just whatever color you're using, and so again, you'll want to use lemon extract. So now that we've got it like this, we will want to find our eyeball circles. So we take the other more disappointing eye circles we made, and we're gonna just paint. This looks good. Hey, I really like this color. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna also take the antique copper, and I'm going to take these babies, and I'm just gonna try to add a pupil. In this case, we do know where our pupils are. Oh, I think this looks really cool. Okay, so now that we have all our eyes, scatter the eyes. Alright, so we're gonna add a tad bit of water. Makes fondant stick to other fondant. You actually want to grab a water brush for that, but I forgot where I put mine. Now all we need to do is just add it to our cupcakes. You know, these kind of vibe me like one of those Eevee evolutions. What's it called? Umbreon? And so on a chemical level, I don't know why water makes fondant stick. I should ask that. I want this to be the anime protagonist. There we go. I really like how mismatched this one looks. Looks like a horrifying freak of nature. Sometimes even if even if you start out not liking it, maybe just continue and then hey, maybe you'll like it. At first I thought it was atrocious, but now I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah, the golden color really works. Mummy-chan. I'm waiting for an anime about a mummy that just is an anime girl. Like an anime girl that's a mummy. So yeah, and that is how you create mummy cupcakes. Woo! That's all appointments and disappointments. See you next time on the next episode of Baking with Connor. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye now.